Has your roofer ever recommended replacing your roof, but you're wondering if you can squeeze one more year out of it? Will waiting save you money, or could it end up costing you much more in repairs and damage? In this video, we'll talk about the factors that determine whether you can safely wait another year before replacing your roof. By the end, you'll know the questions to ask, the warning signs to watch for, and how to decide whether waiting is a smart move or a costly gamble. Hi. I'm Chris, and I'm the active sales manager here at Hoel Roofing and Remodeling. Is there a simple yes or no to can I get another year or two out of my roof? Well, every roof is different. Age is only going to be part of that equation, and condition definitely matters more than the calendar. If you're getting to the point to where you're starting to ask if you could get a year or two out of your roof, then it's probably a good indicator that it is time to change it. Also, if I come out and tell you that, you may get a year out of this roof, that also means that you may get a leak next week. Once it gets to that condition, it really is hard to determine whether you're going to get a year or a week out of that roof. What factors determine whether waiting is a reasonable option for you or not? So a couple are going to be the age of your roof. If your roof's getting up there towards the end of its age cycle, you may want to go ahead and get that changed out just to prevent damage from inside of your home. Storm history is another good one, but really what I would recommend is to have a qualified contractor come out after a storm, and then they can assess your roof and let you know, A, if you received any damage, but B, they can also let you know how much longer they'd recommend you going without replacing it. Material type can definitely play a big difference in this. Do you have a metal roof or do you have a shingle roof? Do you have an SBS shingle or do you have an oxidized asphalt shingle? All of those things are going to determine how long you can keep that roof. Has the roof had previous repairs? How many previous repairs has it had? Are you having frequent blow-offs when wind comes through? And last but not least, something that's definitely going to determine whether it's reasonable for you to wait that extra year or not is what condition is the current flashing in your roof on. If it's starting to pull away or if it's rusting and water can start to seep into those roof to wall areas or into your chimney, then it's definitely time to go ahead and get this roof replaced. So what are some of the risks of waiting too long to replace your roof? So there's a ton of risk to waiting too long to replace your roof. One's going to be water damage. You can get water coming in on your decking. So whether that's OSB, plywood, or 1x, it can start to rot those out. It can come in, it can mess up your insulation, it can mess up your drywall. It can start generating mold growth inside of your attic or even on the top of your drywall after long-term exposure. After that's done, you're going to need interior repairs. You could potentially need mold remediation, which is never cheap. And then whenever you're all said and done, if you do go to replace it and you let that water damage persist for a long time, you could have a higher replacement cost if that structural damage does develop. So in my opinion, it's reasonable enough to wait another year if the roof is structurally sound, if there's minor wear and tear but no active leaks up on the roof, and then probably the most important is if a professional inspection indicates that you are going to be able to wait another year. So how can an inspection help you make the right decision? Well, if you get the right contractor, you're going to get an objective assessment of the roof condition. You should get a remaining life estimate on that roof. They should give you a list to prioritize the repairs that are needing done on your roof. And then that will give you the ability to start budget planning instead of doing an emergency replacement. Sometimes waiting another year is a perfectly reasonable decision, and sometimes it's a risk that may end up costing you far more than replacing your roof today. The key is making that decision based on your roof's actual condition, not guesswork. If you'd like to learn more, check out the link in the description below or give us a call at 765-561-4023 and we'll provide an honest assessment of your roof so you can decide what's best for your home and your budget.